You are now tuned in to the greatest
Gotta bring it
blood
back.
clot podcast
Gotta
in the
bring
world.
it back.
I started jamming, then I realized what it was.
All judgment at the door.
Gotta bring it
We're
back.
here for the jokes.
I'm Marlon.
Don't do
I'm
things
Alicia.
Lazy.
And y'all are
It's
crazy.
the extra gravy.
Ooh, come
You're
on.
feeling this
come
vibe
on,
right now, huh? This
come
90s Portuguese house.
With the all white? With the all white?
And the ponytail?
Feeling godly.
Yo, you don't even know, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have, listen, the first Portuguese Bieber right here.
Oh, wow.
This man is a Juno Award winner, Video of the Year Award winner. He is a trendsetter, a legend, and he early advocate for gingers. Did you know this?
No, I had no
Early
clue.
advocate for gingers. We have,
I don't know if I was advocating for them per se.
but we got Shawn Desman in the building,
What's
ladies
going
and
on,
gentlemen.
guys? How you
Welcome.
doing? Thank you. This is amazing. Y'all know what I like on my chicken?
What?
Extra
gravy.
gravy. How many? Yo, hold on.
Does that
First,
need to be a drop now?
first of all, how many times has anybody else done that?
No.
No.
Really?
No, actually,
No.
nobody has
You're
actually
joking.
done it. No, I'm
Yo,
serious.
I'm like, they're gonna like roll their eyes at me
They
because
try to
like
do
everybody's
the
do
oxtail
that.
thing because I'm an oxtail guy.
Okay, got it.
But yeah,
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
You
we
got
talk
the
about
vibes.
oxtail a lot. You know? They always bring it up.
I mean, as we should.
I love it. Yeah,
inflation.
absolutely. Can you believe I've never had oxtail?
Well, I mean, I just had it, last year?
I know.
Was it the first time I had it last year?
This
or the
is-
year before?
This podcast
Yeah.
is going to go left.
Yeah. I'd had
If we
ackee
knew, we
and
would have
saltfish. I've
brought
had
that for you.
Can we order some oxtail right now?
Oh man, everybody tells me it's the it's the
Can we
jam.
order some oxtail?
It probably
Order
won't.
from Pat's if it's open.
Uber
And if
Eats.
they have it.
Yeah.
And we're going to get you to try oxtail
Okay.
on the show.
Oh my god. that'd
Oh
be
my,
amazing.
this is amazing.
It probably
We're already
wouldn't even
making
get here in time.
No,
No, it will.
probably not.
It
It will. It will. I don't know about that, bro.
Find the closest one. Listen, this is amazing for us.
Yo.
Oh my god, thank you.
Because, and I hate when people say this to me, so I don't want to say this to you, but I have to. We grew up watching you.
Absolutely.
Thank
know what I
you.
mean? Through the years, like, especially through our formative years,
Yeah.
you're the guy. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you, man.
And
Thank you.
to have you on the show is an honor, first
my
of all.
God.
I know our audience is geeking out right now.
I love it.
They had no idea you were going to be on.
It's a
And
surprise.
you've been having an amazing year, man.
These last 3 months have been absolutely crazy. I mean, as Mauricio could tell you, so I got invited to the OVO Canadian North Star show.
You were there, right? Were you there?
No, I did not go.
okay.
I did not go, unfortunately.
Bro.
Yeah.
Missed
I
out.
know,
You missed
I
the
know.
show. So, I mean,
I heard.
yeah, so my boy started from scratch, hits me up. He's like, yo, Drake's putting on this show. He asked me to ask you to perform at the show. And I was like, yeah, kidding me? Of course. Y'all are killing me with the music right now.
This is an epic story.
It is. And I'm like, yeah, of course I want to do it. So I just didn't know and I didn't think that it was going to have the impact that it did. I'm thinking I'm just going to go do a show. It's a one-off. Everything's great. I'm going to
It is
peace
what
out.
it
I'm going to
is.
go home and go to sleep and just live my life like I've been living it.
Didn't expect to be the highlight of the night.
That was not the case. But I was telling everybody leading up to the show that I was going to blow the roof off of history. I was going to remind people who
the
Shawn
heck
Desman
you
was.
were.
And not being ignorant or conceited. I am not that.
No,
I am the nicest, most humble person you ever meet. But I was like, I am making it my mission to kill it that night. And I get up there and I could just feel the energy. I did exactly what I set out to do and I murdered it that night. Okay.
Yes, you did.
And I'm watching Homeboy on the balcony, Drake.
Yeah.
Like the song changes, all I hear banging the wall, going crazy. And I'm like, okay. So I finished the show and I head off stage. I head up to the green room. Green room is packed. And I'm like, yo, I need to be somewhere by myself right now and just cool off. So there's a hallway that leads to the balcony where Drake was standing. And that's where I was hanging out all night. So he comes out and he grabs me, pulls me aside. He's like, yo, Shawn Desman, you're different, eh, bro? And I was like, what? He's like, you're different, bro. And I'm like, Drake, I don't know what that means, man. And he's like, did you hear those people, man? Like, they love you. Your music. Like, even the old stuff sounds new. It's living forever. Like, what are you doing right now? I'm like, Drake, honestly, man, like, the music business sucks. I love music. I hate the music
business.
I mean, it's a constant theme.
Yeah.
It's a constant theme.
And so I'm like, I lost the passion. He's like, yo, scratch that, squash that. Shawn Desman needs to make music again now. Ooh. Wow.
When Drake tells you now,
Well,
it's like, oh,
listen.
I guess.
I've been having this constant battle with myself about this. Do I do it? Do I not do it? Yes, I want to do it. No, I don't want to do it, because if I do it and people don't like it, especially now, y'all know social media is a beast.
Different.
It's great.
The spotlight is different.
It's
now.
great. It also sucks.
Yeah.
And you do something and people don't like it, they chew you up and spit you out just as fast.
Definitely.
And that's hard. I feel artists are in one of the worst businesses for mental health. And being able to read all that, I had to learn to be like, yo, put this phone away and do not take any of that personally.
Oh yeah.
But it's very difficult.
You gotta pity them. Honestly, you gotta pity the people that
there's just people that are
spewing
not
hate.
happy and just want to whatever. And I'm just like, whatever. So anyways, that night happens, and I can honestly say Drake changed my life that night, man.
Wow.
He from the words he said, from inviting me to the show, he's one of, if not the biggest artist in the world who's had such an impact to culture in the last, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I may have to think about this. And so I get in the car with my wife. My kids were at the show, which was, the
best part, to be honest.
The best part is we get into the green room. Drake sees me, calls me over. I'm like, okay, guys, we're going to go talk to Drake.
Relax.
Don't embarrass me. Chill out.
How old are they?
So I got a 14-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 7-year-old.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is prime time,
That age,
right?
yeah.
I need to know who geeked out the most.
My middle son. If you see the picture of my middle son with Drake, he didn't know what face to make. I'm like, Owen, is that a smile? Are you scared?
His
like,
entire
what's happening?
life, Drake has been the man.
And Drake, honestly, Drake was so kind and so gracious, took the time to talk to them, take pictures, all that. And so he changed my life that night. The next day after OVO, my phone I'm not just talking about, sure, my Instagram and all that was crazy, but industry people texting, reaching out, emailing the heads of Spotify, Apple Music. Yo, we were at the show. You blew us away. Is there music coming? What's happening? And I'm like, holy, like, this is crazy.
You have to understand, a lot of times we see our legends, especially ones that like are not in the mix. You're not trying to be mixy or make headlines or anything like. You kind of just live your life and do your
100%.
thing. And so sometimes when we see artists like that, they fall off, they lose their touch, they don't look as good. So many different things.
They can't keep up.
They can't keep up. You went on that stage. You looked amazing.
Thank you.
The drip was amazing.
Thank you.
You had energetic performance. You were probably
Yes.
the only artist I've seen utilize the entire, like every
The
inch of the
entire
stage.
Well, and the other thing too is I didn't do like song stop, talk. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm doing 12 minutes. You're giving me 12 minutes? Okay. I'm doing a
Back to
12-minute
back to
medley, nonstop, pure
Hits.
bangers, hits, no filler. They're going to
Yeah.
know every song.
Oh,
and that's
man.
what I did. And I think that also had an impact on the entire show. Like it
Yeah.
kind of changed the energy
Pace,
of the night.
yeah.
And I was about midway part the show when they put me on. So it was
Set the
crazy,
tone, man.
Yeah,
Set the
it was
tone.
crazy. It was crazy.
And like, yeah, the Drake effect is very, very real. We've seen a number of times.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whenever Drake puts his hand on something, it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
magic. How did your kids feel? Was this the first time them seeing you perform like that? Because
Yeah.
they're just so young, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
I love watching this, and the best part of this new journey that I'm on right now is that I get to share it with them. And they get to see and kind of realize that their dad was a little bit of a big deal.
Yeah.
And
A very big
maybe
deal.
Yeah.
is still a big deal.
Very
I don't
big
know.
deal.
And I got to bring my daughter up on stage at OVO. I could see her while I was singing Electric, and I could see her from the corner of my eye, and I'm like, she wants to come on stage so bad.
Yeah.
And she's a dancer. And I'm like, so I bring her out, and she didn't miss a beat. It was crazy. And then we got in the car that night, and my wife, who is amazing, biggest supporter, but also really honest with me, does not hold back. She turns to me and she says, babe, I don't think you realize what you did up there tonight. And I said, really? She said, it wasn't your time in 2015 when all this stuff that I've been talking about went down. She's like, but I can feel it. The universe is on your side. It is your time.
Absolutely.
You need to do this. So between her and Drake telling me, I was like, okay, I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it. And then my son, I did last week was the launch of Maniac, my new single.
Yeah.
And
Amazing
this
single, by the way.
Thank you. And this was like my comeback.
Yeah.
My 14-year-old, I got home because I got home later than they did from the show. I stood back and he's on the couch watching TV. It's like 1 a.m. He goes, Dad, you did such a good job today. And that really hit me. Really hit me for my son to say that.
It's amazing,
That's
man.
so
Yeah.
like.
I'm so happy for you, man.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Like, I was thinking about it because I was like, your kids are so young, so they didn't get to see you in your like
No.
peak in your
Heyday.
prime, and they don't. And I like just had a baby 8 months ago, and
Congrats.
I keep doing these things, and I'm like, like I want to impress her, but right now she don't
No,
know any
she
better. Do
don't
you know what I
care.
mean?
100%.
And I'm like, by the time she does care,
Yeah.
it's like my prime is probably gonna be well
But you
past.
built a
You
legacy,
know what I mean?
right? Like
Yeah.
you build that legacy so that there are moments like
Yes.
this. Like we're seeing a resurgence with a lot of artists lately.
Yeah.
And I feel like the generation, especially that you were in your peak, was the last real human moment in culture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like if it seems so much more business and corporate and streaming this and all that. Whereas before there was people felt more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had to go to a store to buy music.
Yeah.
There's effort. Yeah.
There's effort into it. So if you went platinum or you went gold, you know that somebody went to the store and bought 50,000 or 100,000
Yeah.
copies
Yeah.
of this album,
Yeah.
of this single. You know, it's different now, man.
It's
like
so different.
people, you don't got to leave your house, which it's like it's good and bad, because the good thing about what's happening now and what's changed so much is that anybody puts out a song, anybody in the world could hear it, right? Where when I was coming up, that was not the case.
Yeah.
I feel like if in my, let's say, I hate to say my prime, because I feel like some of my best days are still ahead of me. If the opportunity was there at that point for people around the world to hear those songs,
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be a different ball game.
You were designed for TikTok before TikTok.
Yeah.
If you think about Nobody Like You, that is a TikTok song.
100%.
Yeah,
You
a
had
lot of
that
the songs
dance that
are.
everybody was doing in
Everybody
the video,
was doing
and that would have easily translated over these times.
Yeah.
And you're you can sing and,
And
dance.
dance.
And act. Let's
Yeah.
not forget the acting.
The acting.
Yeah, man.
Which you got snubbed for an Oscar in 2013. We're not going to talk about it. All right, go watch it live. Go check it out.
Oh, man.
But like you are a triple threat, and in these days that is gold.
It
for business, for advertisers, for all types of stuff.
100%.
So you would have, no doubt. And I still think you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
There's no reason you can't.
There's no counting anything out at this point.
Yeah.
Listen, I never thought, like the prime example is, I never thought this would be happening to me right now. There is this, my social media since OVO, and I'm going to say since Thursday, since I have been doing nonstop press since Maniac came out, and even before Maniac. That clip on The Social, which is the TV show, it went bananas. Everybody posting this clip, 6 Buzz for Nar City, like everybody's seeing this. Like this is all happening organically. I'm not reaching out to 6 Buzz being like, yo, can y'all post my video on your Instagram page? Like,
You laid the foundation.
Yeah,
laid
you
the
really
foundation.
did. Like, you are the one that set a lot of this like music scene up. Like, you're a part of that.
guys, please.
You really
Oh
are
my
a
God.
part of
Shawn
that. You know
Mendes
what I mean?
would not I'm joking. Shawn Mendes is great. Which, by the way, I still want a Portuguese single with the Shawns.
With the Shawns?
It's called Shawn with the W. I'm A&Ring it.
okay.
I think it'll be fire.
I love
Oh
it.
my gosh.
I think like she said, like you've laid the groundwork and you continue to work. Like it's not like you stopped working. It's just you're not in the mix. It's different when you're an artist that's not trying to make headlines or be controversial or say controversial things. You have this path, but people honor it because they recognize he wasn't that guy ever, and we still love his songs. You know what I mean? Like Germany. Did you expect that?
No.
Right.
We didn't even know what was happening until we got a phone call from a promoter there from a club, and he's like, Shawn Desman needs to come to Germany.
Arnold Schwarzenegger called you.
I was like,
The governor.
yeah, Shawn Desman needs to come to Germany. Dankeschön. And my manager's like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, listen to this. So my manager at the time, he's an ex-manager now.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, no, bro.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No. Just good things, positive things
Yes,
here.
yes.
Goes over there and he calls me. It's like 4 a.m. in Germany, 10 p.m. Toronto. He's like, yo, listen to this. Spread My Wings, the remix.
Ooh.
DJ's playing it, drops the volume. Why are you taking so long, girl? He's like, you hear
my
that? He's
gosh.
like, bro, we're missing this opportunity. So from like 2006 to 2008, I spent like, I would go to Germany at least twice a year, at least 2 months at a time.
It's amazing.
And
like
tour.
David
I toured.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I opened up for. I went on tour with Missy Elliott there. I did some shows with Black Eyed Peas. Yeah,
Yeah.
like this. It was crazy, man.
How could you question your legacy? Dude,
I don't know because
Missy
Guys,
Elliott,
guys.
period.
guys, I never saw my. Okay, I was 20 years old when my first
Yeah.
single came out. Okay, and I didn't think of myself as, oh, I'm going to be this icon and I'm paving the way for artists.
Yeah.
I was just a kid doing what he loved to do, making music, and just so happened to be successful and people liked my music.
Yeah.
That was what it was for me.
Nice.
Right? And now it's like, it's funny. I just learned the term, he's getting his flowers. I was like, what are these people talking about? Because I ain't getting no flowers. There's no flowers in my house.
Where are my flowers?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had to ask, I'm like, what is everybody talking about? They're like, you're getting your respect. You're getting, you know what I
Like,
mean? Like you're getting
the
your
props
praise. You're
and-
getting
yeah.
the props. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now I know what that means. Yeah, I didn't expect like, and people constantly tell me, Shawn, you're too humble. First of all, there's nothing,
No.
there's nothing, there is no such thing as being too humble. But they're
It'll
like,
get you a lot further.
they're like, you don't realize the impact you had on music in this country.
Not even in just in this country.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
Let's talk about it. Listen, get ready.
Yeah.
That, put Chris Brown's Yo right beside it. It's the
it's-
same video. That is the same video. I was like, wait, what? But like, even past that, like, there's certain songs that like just became the soundtrack behind a lot of people's relationships
100%. Yeah.
or just times in the city. Like, hearing T Dot said on a track back then
Yeah.
was like, it was everything. Because
Yeah.
like, when do you hear that other than like the rap, especially in rap, is
Yeah.
when you only hear that.
100%.
You weren't hearing that in R&B,
No.
pop, or any of that.
Yeah.
So it seemed like you were repping. You had the most Toronto video ever, man. There was a Vince Carter jersey, TTC. It was on Queen Street.
I had girls in bikinis on Ronsonsville. It's realistic, very realistic.
Very realistic.
Totally for like 1 month in
Yeah,
the whole year.
yeah.
Yeah, man. She was Toronto as hell, and that
Yeah.
representation is what leads to a Drake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Seeing yourself on TV. Like, bro, I know people used to do the pose.
Yeah,
At the
absolutely.
same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, it was me. I was people. So I used to do
Did you get the
pose.
sidewalk?
No, I couldn't. I didn't get the sidewalk.
Come on,
Couldn't
man.
afford a
Aw.
sidewalk.
Okay.
Scarborough
Couldn't
days, you know what I mean?
I was getting that
lot of gravel.
budget haircut.
Yeah.
Yo, your haircuts. That's one thing we do need to talk about. You had, what is your favorite hairstyle? Because mine personally is the road
Yeah,
strip.
that's what I'm talking about. The sidewalk.
Yes.
That's called the sidewalk.
what
That's what it's
called?
called.
Yeah,
The
it's called
sidewalk?
sidewalk. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's funny. I had it in a dream, and I went to my barber. I was like, "Yo, I had this crazy dream. You're gonna think I'm nuts, but like, I want to do a mohawk, but not like straight down the middle of my head. I want you to start on one side in the back and then come across to the opposite side." He's like, "Shawn, you sure?" I went to Lloyd's barbershop, Bathurst and Bloor.
Wow.
I'm like, "Yeah, do it, Lennox, do it." All right, and it became a thing, man. Like, I would go to
Trendsetter.
shows and see
people
guys
would
with their
have
haircut.
it?
Germany, yo, almost every guy in Germany.
Oh,
you-
yeah.
they
That's
love that
major
out there.
European
100%,
vibes.
100%. Yeah,
For sure. That's crazy because now we see artists change their hairstyle like almost every project, which kind of you were doing already.
100%.
I don't know if by design. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many
It was
different
done on
things that I've
purpose.
seen
It was
that
done on purpose,
Even
100%.
like playing your last video at the start of the new video.
yeah.
It's like little things like that are things that I seen like Neo doing later on and,
Yeah.
and different people, even the double video.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Like, how could you not think that you paved the way in a lot of ways? I didn't see a lot of these things before you.
I don't know, man. I just never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And I still don't. But like, hey, I'll take it. I will take the
Absolutely.
praise. I will take all the flowers. I love it. And I'm just so happy. Like, I inspired you. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's my job. I
Yeah.
should be inspired. Like, now it's like, okay, I'm back in music. I'm making music, and that's all great. But like, at the end of the day, when people remember me, yes, I want them to remember me as like, oh, that he made good music. His music made me feel good. But what about how I made you feel in an encounter or in a song lyric that got you through a situation?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be, that's the legacy I want to leave. Like, how did I make you feel? I want people to be like, yo, I met that dude, nicest dude ever. And he made good music.
I feel like we could tell, like, this is the first time me ever meeting you, but I could tell that you are such a sweetheart through your social media.
Thank you.
Like, I was seeing stuff, I'm just like, oh, like, it's so cute. Like, it's he's so nice.
Yeah.
Watching, like, your TikToks and stuff like that, the genuineness comes out through
I
it.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think, just keep being your authentic self.
That's, I was
Yeah.
just going to
Always
say,
say.
because I didn't want to be on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm old.
I don't want to keep up with the kids.
Yeah, I can't be doing these trends and like these. And TikTok was like, I had a meeting with them and they were like, you don't got to do that, Shawn.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be authentic. Be yourself. It's going to work.
I love your
Okay.
Did You Know series.
Right?
Because that's a great way to introduce, like, TikTok is such a young, like, they
100%.
have such a young audience and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that weren't, around. They were
100%.
super young.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they might not know all of these details. So now you allow people to reintroduce yourself, and now you can come up with all the new stuff. And it's just
100%.
perfect.
Yeah.
They get
Exactly.
100%.
info on the old, and then they get the
One of
new
the
stuff
songs
as well.
might get picked up again, like in
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
sure. We see
100%.
that all
Yeah.
the
People
time.
start doing choreography. That stuff happen. Yeah, all the time.
I seen you and your daughter doing one too.
My daughter is my dancing
Yeah.
partner.
She's a dancer.
Yeah.
Dancer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can tell
Well-
by that stage
Yeah.
performance
Yeah.
that it's not just like a game.
No,
for
no,
her.
no.
No.
She goes, she takes dance class. Like, she's
Oh. 'Cause
serious
your wife was a
dancer.
dancer too,
Yes,
right?
my
That's
wi-
how you
that's how
guys
I
met?
met my wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
very
My wife is in the
nice.
Shook video as one of the principal dancers in
Wow.
that. Yeah, we met. We were 12 years. I was 12. She was 13.
And she was also in the Honey.
100%. She
Yeah.
was a featured dancer in Honey as
How
well.
did
In
she
Honey.
feel about you getting a bubble
Yo,
from Jessica Alba?
She told Jessica, because Jessica was super nervous, super self-conscious, because Jessica Alba is not a dancer.
we
And-
Yeah,
realized
right?
now. We
And-
realized
yeah.
years later.
And she's and she's dancing.
In the moment, we thought she
Yeah.
was
Oh,
a
back
shit.
then she was Chris
We're like,
Brown.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, like,
Give it to me, honey. And so she was super nervous, and she goes to my wife. She's like, "Any tips?" And she's like, "Listen, Jess, give him the best lap dance of your life, right? Because we were already together at that
Yeah.
time." And I was just like, Jess,
okay.
just chill. It's fine.
That's a
Like,
queen.
Yeah,
That's a
100%.
queen right
She was
there.
so sweet too, man. Jessica Alba's a sweetheart.
I bet she
Yeah.
is.
I love that
bet
you
she
guys
is.
have known each other pretty much all
Long.
of your.
I've known her more than half my life. 28 years. I've
That's
known
so
her.
beautiful.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's so
This
beautiful.
is, we need a movie.
Right?
You
Yo,
guys
where's
need
the
a
film
Disney
crew at?
movie.
Where the film crew
this
at?
is a Disney OVO movie. Let's get it done.
Since Drake is producer.
Yeah. Executive
in the
producer,
future.
Shawn Desman documentary.
Do you
Make
feel
it happen.
at any point that the Canadian music industry failed you?
Oof, that's deep, bro.
I feel like because I feel like an artist of your caliber, and there's so many artists especially from that night alone that you could point to, that it's like a no-brainer. This is global appeal. You know what I mean? Do you feel like there was enough resources back then, and do you feel like it's changed now?
It's definitely changed. The resources now, it's so easy. Like you said, like TikTok, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, people hearing your music.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, I was blessed, okay? I'm still having an amazing career, okay? Because there are a lot of talented people out there that unfortunately don't see the light of day,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I can't really knock on the Canadian music industry because I was a successful touring artist.
Yeah.
I've done a lot in my career. It's just getting sucked into sometimes being influenced by people in the business where I should have just went with my gut
Yeah.
and did what I always did because that's what worked. But instead I was like, you know what? I'm going to take one for the team this time.
You mean
And
like
that's-
music direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what didn't pan out.
Okay.
And then that's when it was like, this guy's done. You know what I mean?
So they gave you the advice and then
Be
turned
like,
around and said,
okay,
"Oh, he doesn't
bye. Yeah, it's
Pretty
okay,
much.
bye.
Pretty much.
That's so
Because what
shitty.
they asked you to do didn't work.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's the music business, bro.
Yeah.
But it was a hard time for me.
Yeah.
It was a really hard time. And then my wife became ill. So I literally had to be like, okay, I'm stepping away. I'm going to be a husband. I'm going to be a dad. And that's what I did.
Yeah. Wow.
It's okay.
It's-
Timing though.
It's
because
definitely
all in
okay.
God's time.
I would
your
never give
wife
that
had
time
the
back.
surgery,
Yep,
so
yep.
she's doing a lot better.
She's doing, like,
and
super
now
well.
you can get back into
100%.
your destiny.
Yeah.
It's timing.
Yeah.
Everything happens.
Yeah.
I actually want to share my first encounter with
Okay.
your music.
Okay.
I was in a jazz class, but it was really like hip hop.
Yep.
And we did a recital to
Okay.
Get Ready.
Yep.
So you know how many times I had to listen to that song like
A
every
lot.
day for
A lot.
8 months,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
trying
You're
to
waking up.
practice.
Yep.
Red.
Yeah. Come on
Literally
in
was-
and throw it up.
Yeah. But I remember everything from that. Like I remember the outfit that we had. It was like a green capri thing. And I
love
was
it.
just like, oh my gosh. Like that was the first time I heard your music. And I was like, he's so cool because my mom's name is actually Shawn.
Okay. Wow.
And then my dad's last name, not my dad's last name, my dad's name is Desmond. So I was
Come
like,
on.
I was like, that's so cool.
No, you're
He
lying.
has, I swear to God. And my mom spells her name SHAWN.
Come on.
Like who names
When you
their
walked
who
in
names
here,
a
she
girl
said,
Shawn
"Papa?"
anyway?
This is true.
Pop-up, is that you?
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's a great story.
So when she like, I remember the dance teacher was like, "We're gonna do this song, Get Ready" by Shawn Desman. I'm like,
Hold on.
I was like, that's my mom's name and my dad's name together.
Their group, like Bonnie and Cher. That's so funny. My first encounter was a debate with my boy trying to argue with me that you were black.
But that's funny because I get that a lot,
So
even on
much.
TikTok right now.
It was the pink thing.
Yo, this guy's white.
It was the pink era. You know
Like-
the pink era? Like everybody thought
Everybody
pink was
thought
black
Pink was
too.
black.
Yeah.
But it was just that era, the style and everything was
Yeah.
so hip hop. Like it was almost overtly
100%.
hip hop.
Yeah.
You had the velour suits in the
Velour
videos.
suits, my big chain,
Yeah.
SD. I should have brought that. I still got it. I
You still got
it? Yeah, you
I
need to
still
bring it
got
out one
I
time.
know.
Fire.
Have your kids walk on the TikTok with
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I almost feel like artist contracts should be month to month.
I wish. That's not happening.
That's never happened. That would never happen.
No, you crazy? No.
They
They
be
need
so
like a Win
pissed.
Mobile of like
Yeah.
of like music.
So you
labels.
can get out whenever things are starting to go wrong.
Subscription
Like, all right.
service.
Exactly. Now you obviously had your brother was also a part of the industry as
Yeah.
well. Did you guys
Danny
ever,
Fernandez,
wait,
for anybody who doesn't know.
Yeah.
it's Danny Fernandez. I know you guys had I think one song
Yeah.
together.
One song together on one of his albums. Yeah.
Was he inspired by your run?
I mean, I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, his big brother was. I mean, at that point, I was pretty successful at that point, and I
Yeah.
remember
When
him.
did he come in?
I remember. I want to say like 2005, 2006.
Okay.
And like I remember him coming into the studio. I had my studio in my house and being like, "Yo, play this." I'm like, "But what am I listening to?" He's like, "Just play it." So he puts it in, and it's him. I'm like, "Oh, cool." I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." He's like, "Yeah, that's me." I'm like, "Nah, come on,
Get
out of here."
outta
He's like, "It's
here.
me." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "When did this happen?" He's like, "I don't know. I just been messing around. I want to do some stuff." I'm like, "Cool." And I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Okay, I like that song." Go into the chorus, do X, Y, Z, and it ended up being his first single, "Curious."
Wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, you got to change it." I'm curious. I want to know how you look without your dress. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, because the chorus was totally different. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you're getting too. I'm like, this. It needs to be this. So yeah, that was kind of my 2 cents into his career. You know what I
That's
mean?
so amazing.
At least you weren't the jealous brother that's like, no, this is mine.
No,
thing.
why
like,
would be jealous? No, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be jealous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Everybody deserves success.
Yeah,
Is
100%.
like your whole family musical?
Not really.
or-
No. Both of my brothers danced. We all three of us danced at the same dance studio. My mom's father, my grandfather, was like a wedding singer, so he did sing, but nothing professionally. Other than that, not really. I have an uncle that plays accordion. If you count that as being musical.
Yeah.
So how'd you catch the bug at 9 years old?
Michael Jackson,
The guy.
like
Yeah.
from early days.
The pose makes sense now.
Oh, from early days. But then, so
You gotta hit on that.
yeah,
You gotta hit it.
9 years old. 9 years old. My grade 2 talent show. New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
My favorite girl. That was the song.
Yeah.
And so I do that. I come outside for recess, and guess who's the popular kid in school?
You.
Yo, changed my life. That also was a moment in my. I remember it very vividly.
Got all the gal
Yeah.
that.
And my parents were like, "You want to sing? Yeah, I want to sing." So they put me in like a Portuguese singing school because that's all they knew.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
We were Portuguese. Yeah, this guy's down the street. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I recorded like 5 albums in Portuguese.
Yeah.
From like 9 years old to 16.
Yeah.
Then it came to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm hitting the ceiling. I've toured Canada as Shawn Fernandez.
That's crazy.
Like the Portuguese Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
like, let's call it. I've toured Portugal. I'm not going any further than this, so I need to switch it. I need to switch it up. I need to sing in English.
That's crazy.
So I started. My dad got me a little setup for my bedroom. Started recording, writing music, sending music as cassette tapes. People are like, "What's a cassette tape?" To record labels, and got a call one day from BMG Music Canada and was like, "Yo, we got your tape. We love it. Come in." I hung up the phone actually the first time.
Because you thought it was fraud.
I thought it was fraud. I'm like, is this touch? Is this mark? And called me again, and then it was like, no, this is real. You need to come down to the office. How about tomorrow, 1:00? I'm like, hell yeah, tomorrow, 1:00. Let's do it. Went in, we love it. Signed my deal. I was 18. Worked on the album for like 2 years. Spent a bunch of time in Sweden. I was actually in Sweden for 9/11, watching it on
wow.
TV.
Oh, wow.
Could you imagine? You're like
Working on music.
working on
Yeah.
music. Guy
Wow.
comes in studio, is like, yo, everybody's got to come out and see this.
And then you wrote Shook. That's crazy.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Really? No. Shook was written in a bedroom and recorded in a bedroom closet.
Oh, wow. Migos
No
style.
joke.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it all started for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So you were already a budding pop star.
Yeah.
Before
Portuguese.
you even spoke English.
I mean, I did speak English.
No, I mean on the track.
Got
On
you.
the track.
Yes.
Yeah, on the
Yes.
Just didn't know English. He sings Get Ready. That'd be amazing.
We actually had a Portuguese version of Get Ready.
Oh my god.
Try and find that on YouTube. I don't know if it's there, but we got it. It's there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song that they heard that initially piqued their interest with you?
It was a song called
Because if you put that
I'm
on the
Holding
streets right
On.
now, that's like the
I'm Holding On. And it's, at the time, it was 2000. This is when I Want It That Way came out. Everybody's doing
Yeah.
that type of stuff. But then what started happening was, so I started doing that in 2000. From 2000 on, you guys know, this shift in music started happening. So Backstreet Boys and everything was kind of fading. Hip hop and R&B is
Yeah.
like making a big move.
big move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're almost done the album, and music is changing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That happened to a lot of
yeah,
people.
I'm like, guys, this whole project as a whole doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah.
I think we need to go in and do a couple more songs that lean
Towards
a little
where it's
more
going.
urban,
Yeah.
a little more R&B. Because you notice everybody did it. NSYNC did it with Girlfriend.
Everybody.
Britney did it with Slave. Christina did it with Dirty.
Yep.
Everybody who was like super pop is now leaning urban. I'm like, so we got to do it. And that's when Get Ready, Shook, and Spread My Wings happened. The last 3 songs we recorded ended up being the 3 singles.
Wow.
Crazy,
Just
right?
because of your call.
Just because of my
Yeah.
call and like, yo, music is shifting. We got to do this.
That's crazy.
See, this is why you should have known that you should have went with your gut. Because you called it.
I did know I
Other
called it.
people
Yeah.
didn't, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were
it's
on
t-
it.
It's tough. It's tough when you're working with a team because, like, especially when you have a vision to properly
Yeah.
express that vision.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a newer artist and like you're fresh in the game. It's difficult. It's very
Yeah.
difficult
Well,
to
and
get it across.
the vibe and the intention was always for me to come out as an edgy pop artist. But then it was like, okay, you're going to be the edgy white pop R&B artist who's dancing, who's wearing the baggy clothes
Yeah.
with the diamond chain because there was nobody here was doing that.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Before me, there was like Before 4. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
Before 4.
If you get down on me,
Super pop,
down on you.
super bubblegum. I know I didn't want to do that,
Yeah, no.
but like
Amazing
it
song,
worked for
by the
them.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those guys are my friends,
They're incredible opera singers now.
right?
Incredible.
Are they
opera
really?
singers.
They actually-
when you used to turn on Rogers box, remember
Yeah.
the old Rogers cable box?
Yeah.
Channel 1 that used to just pop up.
Yeah.
It would be them
And they-
singing on a mountaintop. Like,
Get out of here.
And they run a very successful dog camp right now too. Yeah,
Wow.
crazy,
What?
right?
that is so
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, good
From
dudes.
the gel tips.
Right?
The frosted
The blonde
gel tips.
frosted tips. yo.
the
Oh my
spikes.
god.
I remember seeing them on the highway one time, and they're in like a drop top,
Oh yeah.
Really?
like a red drop top.
All 3 of them
driving.
drove BMWs. They show up at my house. I'm like, what is happening right now? Says I worked with them before I became Shawn Desman.
I thought you were gonna say
to the
before
world.
4.
No,
Okay, cool.
before 3. Like I produced one of their dance breaks in the Go Go video. When they do a dance break, I did that music. I did the beat.
Wow.
And they're like, "Wow, you're good, man. Oh, you sing? Yeah, that's great." And then it just happened.
What was the tone
That's so
with
dope.
Toronto artists back at that time? Was it like, was there collaboration a lot? Were there people trying to help or put you on to somebody, or was it still like a every man fight for themselves?
Dog eat dog.
It
world.
was no. I mean, it was okay. As like I had Ghetto Concept on a remix,
Ghetto
the
Concept.
Get Ready remix.
Yeah.
And then I did the Movie Star Part 2 with the Rascals, so I felt like I was being embraced by the community, which was great.
Yeah.
And there was lots of love at that time. And then I wrote and produced a lot of Keisha Shante stuff. Actually, her 2 Unpredictable and Bad Boy, those were my records. Wow. And then
Legend.
in essence, who that?
Yep.
I eat. That was me, man. Boom, dun, 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 dun.
Get out of
Dun, dun, dun.
here.
Yeah. So like I worked with a lot of them, spent a lot of time with them. So
In
yeah.
essence.
Yeah.
That's a vibe. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was a good
man.
track. It was a great track.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. You are our legend. You paved the way.
Literally,
I don't
man.
know
Thank
how you don't see it. I thought it before, but I didn't even know about Keisha Shante.
Yeah.
In essence, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
This has
Honestly.
been amazing, man.
It's
I
been
love
great.
it.
We didn't
Thank
get the
you.
oxtail in time. Toronto
It's all good.
traffic.
It's okay.
It's
Next
all
time,
good.
next time.
I didn't get the chicken with the extra gravy either, just so everybody knows.
We'll have it free next
I
time.
love
Don't
it.
worry
I
about
love it. Thank you guys.
Thank you
No,
so much
thank
for
you so
having
much
us.
for coming. Like,
Yeah.
again, you deserve all the flowers,
Thank you.
all the praise. And
Like I said, I'll take it.
this next journey, when you're going up, like, it's going to be just amazing.
I
So
love it.
You have manic.
Send me all the good vibes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Wait,
Alright.
so we do this thing called manifestation moments.
Yes.
A lot of times when people come onto our podcast, we end up helping them manifest stuff.
Okay.
It just happens. I don't
You
know.
don't know
Like
how. It
they
just
just end up achieving their list. So is there
Okay.
anything that you would like to put out in the atmosphere that we can help manifest you? And you can think like huge. Like
Yeah. I mean, I want Maniac to really take off. One, and I want to manifest a Shawn Desman Drizzy collab.
Hey, we'd
I
love
need to
that.
hear that.
Yeah.
In what vein? What kind of song? Are we talking
Yeah.
love song?
Because like, Drake
It's
be all
gotta-
over the place.
Well, but I feel like some of his best work is the love stuff.
That's
Yep.
what I'm saying.
Right?
That's your bread and butter.
And I'm all about the love.
Okay.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Spread My Wings Part 2. Drake. You're an owl. Spread them wings, brother. Come on. Let's get it done.
Make it happen.
Make sure you guys go stream Maniac.
Absolutely.
Incredible new single by Shawn Desman. I think this 80s dance like music resurgence is,
It is.
Bro, what was old is now new again.
Yep.
like everything's being repurposed.
Yeah.
Everything.
And
man.
you just shot a video, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
nice.
it looks so good. I'm so
When
excited
can
for that.
When can we look for that?
I'm hoping in like 2-3 weeks.
Nice.
It's-
Okay.
You want to give the director time, do his thing,
Yeah.
let him edit it, make sure it's nice and polished.
Yeah.
But it's my first video in a long time, man. And I told Dan, I'm like, yo, who's the director, Dan Lemoyne. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna deliver for you. Do not worry.
Yes.
I'm gonna deliver
So
for
we
you
are getting a
tomorrow.
dance break.
There's some dancing, not necessarily a dance break,
Yeah.
but I'm about to remind people who Shawn Desman is.
Let's
Who the
go.
heck you are? Let's go. I love that.
My name is Marlon,
I'm Alicia.
and that was the extra gravy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Skirt, skirt.
Skirt, skirt.